Hello, hello. So right now on gold, so looking at the 1 hour chart, we can see price have tapped this area, which is this wick, and we have a sell side liquidity above this area. If you go to 5 minutes, we can see price have already swept this area. So 1 minute is tapping this order block. So it should continue to the upside from this area, and everything is mitigated below this. So we can look for a buy side entry. On previous live on Friday, I give this trade. Price went, we have this entry. Again, we have this rejection order block. Again, on US 30, right now there will be no liquidity, but we can use this order block as our POI, and here we have this trend line liquidity. So let's see. For today, we will use this setup. Hello, hello. So this is the liquidity sweep. This is order block. If you go to lower time frame, price have rejected. Like this is the structure mitigation, and it should continue from this area, or we have this another order block which is below this. BTC and Ethereum are bullish now. Pull go more. Let's see. But for this setup to form properly, we need a breakout structure above this area. Right now, it's just breaking this internal structure. We want a rejection from this area. Then only we look for entry. Yes, BTC is bullish because here on 4 hour, price have mitigated this order block. Like this structure, the structure has been mitigated, and we have this a change of pattern. If we go to lower time frame, we have this imbalance, and this imbalance means that price has momentum and it should continue higher. We have this nice trend line, so we can look for a continuation entry. Price have already tapped this order block, so if you have entered it already, put your stop loss to break even. Another entry we could have is here, structure break, again liquidity. If you go to 1 minute, so we have this entry. Again, we have this trend line liquidity, so we have this setup. Entry, stop loss below this low. This has change of pattern. Next I'll be a target 1:3. And everything here is unmitigated. If price comes at this area, then we'll look for another buy side entry. And target is the first target is the next higher, and we can use this target till 1 hour imbalance, which is this one. So with big stop loss, it's 1:8. I believe price will go from 3358. 3358. 3353. Let's see. We want price to give us a rejection, then only we look for entry. Like it should create a bullish engulfing. Because this structure does not have any liquidity. We have like price induced this lows, broke the structure, and here there is no structure following. Like this was the next high. We want at least new like two structure forming above the structure, like above this high. Let's wait for price to engulf, then only we look for entry. Price sweep liquidity at 12:30, like which is a London open. So I think price will manipulate this low. And if this breaks, then we don't have any order block. Everything is mitigated. We have only this order block where we can look for entry, which is this one. So we have two zones. So we will divide the risk. First, this one. The second order block is here. We want engulfing, then only we look for entry. Now we have only this zone where we get for buy side entry. So this is our next order block. Stop loss below this low. The next high will target something like this. On NZD USD, we have this structure. Price gave us this imbalance, and if you go on 4 hour, we can see this candle swept out all this liquidity, and here we have the internal structure is still going to the upside. Okay, we don't have any change of pattern right here. So if we use a Quasimodo pattern form here, like this is a Quasimodo pattern, again break of structure, we have this order block, liquidity, and we can target this equalize, which is the this equalize again this trend line liquidity. So we can look for a buy side setup at this area, stop loss below this low, and target, like if price gives us a change of pattern, then we can look for 1 minute change of pattern, and we can target the next highs. Like here, price have already created this trend line liquidity. So this will make our setup 1:6. So we have this imbalance order block which swept out the previous liquidity and the next higher target. Please hit the like button. So on Euro JPY, price swept out liquidity. So on Friday, I think we marked this order block. Price gave a change of rider and it's still rejecting from here. So we can look for a continuation trade to the upside. Right here, so this is the imbalance which is fulfilled by this candle. And now it's continuing to the upside. Now, let me remove this. So again, we have this imbalance which is fulfilled by this order block. And price have already tapped this area. So I'm waiting for price to create a new liquidity sweep like inducement. Then we can look for a new setup. For example, something like this. We want price to create something like this so we can enter. Right here, price is just creating trendline liquidity. So I think price will sweep again and then it should continue higher, breaking this previous high. Let's see. So we can mark this order block, but still because of this, if this mitigates, then we are creating a trendline liquidity. So the probability of our order block will be much lower than if there is imbalance. Please hit the like button. On GJ also we have the same thing, price book the structure, inducing this previous lows. And we have this order block where we can look for entry, but we want price to create more liquidity to upside. Then only this will be valid. Right here, there is again imbalance. So there is no news today. Market will be slower. Right now there is no trade in Ethereum. Hello, hello. I'm good. How are you? Ethereum, we have this buy side setup. Price have like structure break to the upside. We have this order block. Here's the liquidity, and price is creating internal structure to the upside. So we can use this order block as our entry stop loss below this low, and the next high will be our target. So 1:3 setup right here, and we can target this imbalance which is around 1:8. So we have to wait because there is a liquidity sweep candle to the left side over here. On 1 minute, price have induced the structure, creating an order block over here. The previous low was broken. The structure is induced. So again, there is this order block. You can look for a buy side setup. Stop loss below this low. Next try target. So this is a scalping trade. Use 0.5% risk. Next try target 1:3. BTC on weekly, if you go to daily, so I think price should continue because price have on BTC price have fulfilled this imbalance. So it should continue to the upside. 30 minutes. We have this internal structure. So we have two major order blocks, which is this one. First is this one, and second is here because internal structure is continuing to the upside. So I'm waiting for price to give us a buy side entry. We can put our stop loss over here, and next high is our target. So around 1:19 setup, but please hit the like button. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the comment section. Hello, hello. Gold has liquidity to downside. So please hit the like button. You have to look for For example, here you have to, there are a lot of things you need to look as. First thing is there should be structure. Whenever you mark order block, there should be a structure. Like here, we have this low, so it acts as a liquidity. Second thing is price should sweep previous candle. For example, if you are entering over here, price should sweep and then give us a new candle. Like in this case, we have this liquid sweep and then we have this bullish engulfing. A lot of time, what happens is price just, like in this case, this is the candle where there is engulfing, but we have this wick to the left side. It should be to the right side. So in this case, we have this liquidity sweep, but it's to the left side. We want like this, not like this. And then it should engulf. For example, here price did not engulf this low. This is the candle which has the low, not this one. So this is invalid. We have this candle which sweep out previous low. So this is valid. So you can enter over here and put your stop loss below this low, because now this is a strong low and you can continue, take an entry in continuation. For example, right here, price is continuing to the downside. We have this order block, like this is the whole order block, but this candle took out previous lows. So there is high probability that price will tap this area and not this candle. So you can put your stop loss below this low. And the next high will be your target. Here also, we have this, mark this whole move, not this single candle, because this is the area where started to take the liquidity. So patience is the key. We need to patiently wait on our setup. Please hit the like button. हेलो हेलो, फुल वाला कहा है? लिंक लिंक पेस्ट कर दिया मैंने यहाँ पे. On Euro JPY, price have, like, if price sweeps this liquidity and gives us breakout structure, then we will look for a retest on this area, because overall structure is going to the upside and the internal structure is also going to the upside. Here, price have already fulfilled this imbalance. So I don't think so price will go below this area. So we have the strong low. We want price to tap this area and we can continue this move to the upside. So at least till this liquid sweep. So we have nice risk to reward around 1:10. So let's wait for price to break this area. On gold, we have two areas. First is this one, and second, we have this order blocks like this one, which gave us a breakout structure. So what price can do is it can tap this previous highs like this one and this one, and it will act as a support, like a resistance or support. What do I say? Support resistance, and it can continue. Like if price comes, it will sweep all this liquidity and then it can continue. But right now we have this order block, so we have to wait for price to give us some kind of reaction. Then only we look for entry. Okay, like it should give us a bullish engulfing while giving. It should give us a bullish engulfing while giving liquid sweep. It's gold, gold. On gold, price is retesting daily time retesting trendline liquidity. Look at that. Where is trendline liquidity on daily time frame? BTC, on BTC, if you understand the structure, if you try to understand this, price created this imbalance. Price have created this imbalance, and right here price have created this imbalance. We have this order block like this structure. So if we go on weekly chart or monthly chart, we can see this week and this week is tapping, so it's fulfilling this imbalance, and this price have tapped this week and created a hammer candle, hammer like candle. So if we go to daily, weekly, we can see price have fully engulfed this candle, so we can expect a bullish momentum right here. Now we know the direction price is going to the upside. What we want to look for is we want price to sweep liquidity. So where is the liquidity sweep? Right now there is no liquidity sweep because price have created this trend line liquidity. So if price sweeps this trend line liquidity, and it does not need to mitigate this whole order block, if price only sweeps this liquidity, this trend line liquidity, and breaks the structure, we can look for buy side setup to the upside. And second thing, right now the internal structure is going to the upside. So if you go to 5 minute, price have swept this previous lows like this previous candle and then gave us a breakout structure and then gave us a breakout structure. So we can look for a buy side entry on this order block or this order block. And if this breaks, then we can look for this area. Please hit the like button. Majority of the times OB is not respected because if you are not taking trades in continuation, then probably you will, what you have to understand is if your order block is respected, then probably it will hit your stop loss. And if your order block is not respected, then you have still chance, you have a chance where you can look for trades in continuation. For example, here, like on Friday, I gave this trade on this channel only. You can watch my previous live. In news, at the time when news came, I was looking for buy, but price did not respected my order block. Here also, I was waiting for price to tap this order block, but price swept this liquidity and gave us a breakout structure. And price, again, I was waiting for price to tap this area. Again, price did not respect my order block. So you can check my whole psychology, like how did I look for this trade. So again, after this candle, price stopped and then started to move slowly. And then here, here we have this area, price tapped After engulfing, I entered here, and the target was the next, not next high, but 1:3, and the momentum was still going to the upside. So you don't need to wait for price to, like for example, just imagine if price have created this imbalance and it fulfills the imbalance after 1 hour, then it is probably a inducement and price will break this low and it will continue the downside, because now price have already taken this sell side liquidity. It will probably go in other direction. So use this for your advantage. Please hit the like button. There is this order block on 1 minute on BTC USD. Price book the structure creating this low, and this is the liquidity. So it will tap this area and it should continue. On 5 minute, it will be the next high. Let's see on higher time frame if price has swept this previous low or not. So this is the candle where price can tap and it should continue. On gold also, here where I was looking for a buy side entry, but price did not give us any engulfing, right? Because there was no liquidity in the structure. Now, because there was no liquidity, so price created liquidity. How? Now price have induced this low, and if price breaks this, then probably price will go to the upside and it will take this sell side liquidity, because now price have already took this liquidity. So you can expect a bull side move, like upside move from here. Price sweeping, price have already swept this liquidity, so this is a trend line breakout. And price have retested this area, so this breaker block, even though it was mitigated. Let's see. So I should mark the order flow. Order flow, order block is the same thing. You have to look for trades in continuation rather than looking for like sticking to one order block and just making bias that now price will come at your order block. That will not happen. You have to keep changing your view every 5-15 minutes. Like right here, if I'm waiting for price to tap this order block and price does not tap, it will, after 1 week, after 10 weeks, after months, still it will not come at this order block. So what I have to do is I have to look for new inducement, new structure, everything. So on 5 minutes, we can say this price have closed in this structure. So it's showing that it should continue higher. And we have this equal highs over here. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. If you have any questions, you can ask in the comment section. I know that price is going to the upside from here, but we don't have any area where we can look for entry because I don't like to trade breakouts like this. It's very risky because one candle in a direction will hit our stop loss. And so let's wait for price to break this previous high. Right here, we have this breaker block. Okay. Because probably it will fail. So right now it's auto block. But if this breaks, then it will convert into a breaker block. Like price will reject from this area and it should break, creating this new breaker block and this auto block. So this will be our retest entry. Please hit the like button. If you want to watch full screen, then there is link in the comment section. So there are two streams going on. One is vertical, one is horizontal. So if you want to watch horizontal, you can click on the link or you can go to channel. Hello, hello. IC markets, Siprin AK. So now price on BTC, on Ethereum, they have this trend line liquidity. So price will sweep this trend line liquidity, either it can tap this area, this order block, and it should continue to the upside. Similarly, we have same type of order block, like this one and this one. So this is order block which swept out the previous low but gave us breakout structure. We have this trend line liquidity. On BTC, same thing. But we want price to come at order block slowly, not in two candles, because that's probably a liquid sweep. Let's see still how this goes. Yeah, it's good, bro. But depends. Raw spread. I have told you it will go from 3353. Okay, so what? Which app is good for back testing? Trading is good, but there are replay or something. I don't remember the name. FX replay or something. Let's name something. FX replay. This is the app, FX replay. So this zone is failed. We want price to come at our block very slowly. Then only our zone works. Right here, we don't want price to. If this falls, then it's like catching a falling knife. Same thing on Ethereum. Yes, it's with the course. So it's rejecting from this sort of block. Probably it will create a breaker block over here. Let's see. Let's look at some other page. On US 30, there's new area where we can look for a buy side entry. One is our original origin order block, and second one is this one. So this is the area where price took out the liquidity, and we have this breaker block area to the left side, creating an important level. So if you go to lower time frame, there is not a clear order block, but we can use this whole area, like this whole area as our order block, and we can look for buy side trade to the upside. We can look for a buy side trade over here, target this imbalance. So they have this imbalance. Stop loss below this low. And we can target the next high, it's around 1:4. So this is a continuation trade, so break this previous high. Next high will be our target. Something like this. So on GJ we have this two order blocks. This is the first inducement over here, breakout structure, again breakout structure. So in 30 minutes we can see price have swept the previous low over here. So this is the inducement breakout structure here, and this is the 30-minute candle which swept out the liquidity. So we can use this as our order block. It should create liquidity, then we can target the next imbalance over here. So this is order block, and the next structure is over here. So we can target this area because price can mitigate the structure like this previous low. And so if you go to lower time frame on 5 minutes, we can refine order block. We can refine our order block. So we can use this order block and put our stop loss below this area. And we have this trend line liquidity. So price is creating liquidity. So this is the first structure, and this is the second structure. So we have this single low liquidity right now. So if sweeps, we can look for buy side entry, and we want price engulfing. Like my rule is that I want price to create an engulfing following a liquidity sweep. Please hit the like button. It rejected from this area, this sort of block. Thanks for making profitable. Welcome. Okay, Reke, Emmanuel. If you have any questions, you can ask in the comment section. And also hit the like button. Now Nifty should continue higher. Here price with the liquidity, creating this breakout structure, mitigate this order block. Now we can expect a good move to the upside. See USD on CHF also price swept the liquidity here, broke the previous structure, sweeping this liquidity, creating this order block in 30 minutes. Nearly like on higher time frame, on 4 hour price have tapped this order block. That's why I always say wait for price to create more structure. In the first step, price will never reject from your order block. It will create more liquidity and then it will sweep liquidity. So here we can see a liquidity sweep, a break of structure creating this order block, a nice imbalance above this area. And again, this is the wick which took out the liquidity. So we can expect price to create an order block over here. If not, then we look for inducement and again structure break. So on 1 minute, we have this area, like this is the order block. Well, I don't think so. Price will tap. If come price tap this area, we can look for buy side trade. In 5 minutes, let's go to lower time frame and look for new imbalance. So this is the 2 minute order block. Stop loss below this low. Next high be a target. Next high will be this next high. It will be our target. 1:4. If you go to lower time frame, there is this sort of block. here. So this is where price started to go down. So we can use both the order blocks and look for a buy side setup. Let's look at 50 minutes. So this is the 50-minute wick which took out most of the liquidity from this previous candle. And we can put our stop loss below this low. So this is the 1:8 setup. 1:7, 1:8. Breakout structure, liquidity sweep. Again, liquidity sweep from this lows. So there is no liquidity below this low. There is no liquidity below this low. And lots of liquidity and lots of orders, sell side orders in this area. So price will fulfill this imbalance. It should continue higher. Also, price have given us a breakout structure. So we can look for a good setup to the upside here. IC markets. Hit the like button. Looks like on Friday news took you down. Took you down. I didn't take an entry on news. Only GJ, and I made profit on gold and price hit my stop loss on GJ. So so what? Yes, CAT JPY. I took, not sorry, not GJ, but CAT JPY. So price hits my stop loss, then what happens? So I'm closing this live here. See you tomorrow.